Movie buffs, welcome back to the Movie Bay. This is D. In today's video, we're going to take a look at 40 great movies from the 70s. So far, we did great movies from the 90s. We did great movies from the 80s. Today, we're going to do great movies from the 70s. So without further ado, in no particular order, starting with Roots. 1978 Roots. Roots was fantastic. This was great. This was great TV right here. Roots was a TV miniseries that came on. Awesome stuff. Next up is an actual TV show. I know we look at movies, but this is a great TV show from the 70s, and it means a lot to me because this is a show that I watched as a kid with my older brothers and sisters and my parents. So we're going to take a look at a show that came out, and it ran from 1972 to 1974. It's called Kung Fu. Now, when I say I watched it, of course, reruns, but Kung Fu, awesome. This is the complete series, seasons 1, 2, and 3, from 1972 to 1974. Kung Fu with David Carradine is just amazing. And, you know, this show, seeing David Carradine in Kill Bill just made it all the more special, knowing that he was in this show. Next up, we're going to take a look at 1975's Cooley High. This is a Criterion edition. I just got this one not too long ago for the flash sale, but this is awesome. Cooley High is just a great... You could call it a coming-of-age movie, but it was more of an urban coming-of-age movie, which is a little bit different from your standard coming-of-age movie, but you could call this a definite coming-of-age movie. An urban coming-of-age movie. Cooley High. This is definitely a classic and worthy to be inducted into the Criterion Collection. Next up, we're going to take a look at 1977's The Hills Have Eyes. Very gory movie. The remake is pretty good, and the sequel to the remake is pretty good. Very gory, though. The Hills Have Eyes 1 and 2. Those are the remakes to this one. Fantastic movie. This is gory, but not as gory as the two new ones. Wow. Whew. So this is 1977's The Hills Have Eyes. Next up, we're going to take a look at 1979's The Amityville Horror. So they say it was based on a true story, but anyway, I remember watching this as a kid, and it was creepy. It was very, very creepy. I haven't watched this in a very long time, but I do remember watching this a couple of times, and it was creepy and scary each time. Especially the scene in the bathroom with the priest. Man. Next up, we got 1979's The Warriors. What more can I say about this fantastic masterpiece here? The Warriors. I'm definitely going to upgrade this one to... I got to see what it's on. I know it's on Blu-ray. If this got a 4K, I'm definitely going to jump on the 4K because that'll really clean up this old movie. An old movie like this, I would like to get this on the highest resolution possible just to clean it up. But this DVD looks pretty good, but it's time to upgrade this one. The Warriors is a fantastic movie. Got a lot of great quotes, a lot of great lines. Very great movie. Next up, we're going to take a look at 1979's Alien. Alien, the first Alien was considered a horror movie. The second movie to me was, I consider that an action movie. And all the ones from there, I consider them to be like action movies with a twist of suspense. I'm not even going to say horror. But I guess that's definitely a horror movie. 2, you could call a horror movie, depend. But I call 2 an action movie because the gunplay in that was just ridiculous. But anyway, 1979's Alien. It spawned 4 direct Alien movies, then a host of others. The Xenomorphs, they're still running reckless, still running wild in the 2020s. Wait a minute, what was the last one? No, I'd say in the 20-teens. I'm not sure when the last time the Xenomorphs popped up, but they still running wild to this day. Next up, we have 1979's Mad Max. This is a fantastic movie, a great movie about law enforcement, revenge, payback. Mel Gibson, I don't think he uttered more than just a few words throughout the whole movie. Man of very few words. Next up, we have 1978's Apocalypse Now. Apocalypse Now is an awesome movie. Fantastic. One of Marlon Brando's best works. Fantastic movie. Next up, we also have another classic, 1978's John Carpenter's Halloween, which we already know. That's a long-running franchise. In fact, the last one just came out last year. Halloween Kills. No, Halloween Ends. It's over until they figure out a way to bring them back. A lot of movies in that franchise. So you got the original Carpenter films. You got the Rob Zombie films. You got I forget who the director is for the 3 new ones or whoever that is, but it's a lot of movies. Next up, we have 1978's Dawn of the Dead. George Romero. Yep, George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead from 1978. 1978's The Dare Hunter. Fantastic war movie. Just really great war movie. Next up, we have 1978's Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. In my opinion, the original stoner movie. Next up, we have 1978's Superman. Very important movie for the superhero genre. Next up, we have 1977's Star Wars, the original Star Wars. You may call it Episode 6, A New Hope, but I call it Star Wars. Guess all depends on how old you are. Okay, 1977's Encounter. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Awesome movie. This is a fantastic movie. Put that back in there. Next up, we have Saturday Night Fever, 1977's Saturday Night Fever, John Travolta. We have 1976, The Enforcer. We have 1976 again, Taxi Driver. 1976, the original Omen. 1976, Carrie. With Sissy Spacek, the original. There's 2 remakes to Carrie. The original is better than both remakes. The first remake was okay. The second one was garbage. 1976, the original Rocky. 1975, One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Fantastic movie right here. Jack Nicholson. Man. That was, man. 1975, Jaws. 1974's Blazing Saddles. One of Mel Brooks' best work, in my opinion. I love this movie. 1974's Chinatown. There's also a sequel to this. It's not a direct sequel, but it's a sequel. It's called The Two Jacks. 1974's Death Wish. Started the whole franchise. Okay, 1973's Mean Streets. Great movie. Probably one of the greatest horror movies of all time. If not the greatest horror movie of all time, one of the most influential horror movies of all time. But I'm going to say it's the greatest horror movie of all time. Is there stuff out there that's scarier than creepier? Probably, but this is definitely a pioneer in the genre. And we have here 1973's The Exorcist. 1973, Long Goodbye. The Long Goodbye. We also have 1972's The Fist of Fury. This is the Bruce Lee Master Collection. We're talking about Fist of Fury. 1972's The Godfather. This is the Godfather trilogy, the Coppola restoration. 1971's Straw Dogs. Fantastic movie. Dustin Hoffman, he killed it in this. 1971's Duel. Now, this was Steven Spielberg's first movie. His very first movie, and it was a made-for-TV movie. Just to throw that out there. 1974's Gene Hackman in The Conversation. 1978, Donald Sutherland in Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Fantastic movie. 1971 and 1973, we got Magnum Force and Dirty Harry. Okay, so this one is 1971 and 1975. 1971 and 1975, we have The French Connection 1 and 2. The story of Popeye Doyle. This was fantastic. The French Connection 1 and 2. Can't have one without the other because, you know, The French Connection, these two movies are basically, the second movie start right where the first one ended. So it's not like it's 1 and 2, they're two different stories. This is 1 and 2, it's the same exact story. It's almost like they could have just made them one long movie. 1975's Dog Day Afternoon. Crazy movie right here. Al Pacino, yes. That's all I'm going to say on that one. And to round it out to the last one, we have 1977's The Car. Demonic car movie. We just don't got enough of those. We got Christine, we got this, and we got The Wraith, kind of, sort of, but not a whole lot of demonic car movies. I would like to see one, because they did a remake to this on Netflix, and God, that was awful. Ugh. But I would love to see a fresh take on a demonic car movie. So that's 40 awesome movies, and, well, 39 movies and a TV show from the 70s. I thank you for watching. I thank you for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one.